Hey, Cheddar. Hey, Kirsten. Didn't? Well, look at my laptops right here. Because the guy that had the dash didn't have the dash on there. You know what? I'm gonna say, since I don't think people are going to notice. Oh, that finally uploaded. Damn, that's quick. Let me check this out first. Yeah, that's finished. Yeah, that was quick. I gotta put the other stuff in there later then. Okay, you can refresh it now. On your end, you can refresh it. Oh. That didn't take long to do. Hey, Deshaun. Hey, Dookie. Also, thanks, man, for not answering my call. I forgot what I was calling you for, actually. Like, I was like, let me see this. His hoe ain't gonna answer, and then, yeah, he went straight to voicemail. I was like, bitch, and then I just hung up. Luckily, I was in the middle of a conversation too, so. You mean we? We won? I don't know what we won. What we won? It is a miracle. It took me a lot of breath in to say that. Oh, hey, Emo. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's come to attention here that our favorite lovable piece of rat is in desperate means for money, and that's nothing new, obviously. But apparently, Chuck E. Cheese has gone so far. How? So apparently they posted this on their social media via Instagram, I guess Twitter and Facebook. Um, Apparently, for families stuck at the airport, hello, a special relief for families stuck at the airport. It reads here, and I quote, let's just zoom this in a little bit, shall we? That's good. Okay, so if you are a family stuck at the airport, don't worry, Chucky got a solution for you. It says here, free pizza plus gameplays for families delayed at the airport. That's a deal stopper. It reads, if you're dealing with a long delay at the airport, we know how stressful that can be, especially with kids. We love to give families a safe place nearby to take a breather, grab some pizza, and just enjoy some little playtime. If you're currently at the DLA, DFW, ORD, MDW, or BNA, please DM us for a voucher. And obviously, I kind of know like this means Dallas Fort Worth. I think this means Dallas. You know what? Anywhere else? Anyway, you're at those airports. Hey, get Chuck E. Cheese a freaking DM, and they'll answer you because hey, awesome. But was this how you redeem? Well, I am so glad you asked because no one did. Anyway, you'll need an active boarding pass dated on or before January 30th, 2020. Yes, that's right before tomorrow. And our team will help you redeem free pizza plus gameplay for your family. DM us with the flight delays, all capitalized. Valid for travelers delay at these selected location DLA, DFW, or ORD, MDW, or BNA. Share this post with a family affected by a flight delay. Oh, okay, because it makes a lot of sense because people are trying to go under flight delays and it's completely snowed in. So, hey, Chuck E. Cheese, the company, coming with the schemiest idea of putting free pizza and gameplay for the whole family. Don't you just love the fact that they're trying the bare minimum to just say, hey, we understand that you're stuck at the airport because everything is so captivated. Some places you're going are literally snowed in for days and days. But hey, don't worry, we got you with a lot of free food and free playtime. Just DM'd us knowing that we won't answer your DMs before the 30th. Because, you know what? This is so amazing. I just we lose the plot here. We lost the plot. Never more would I hack in the marketing director of Pizza Mama. Exactly. No, there isn't a Chuck E. Cheese in the airport. Basically saying, come to our restaurants because we're losing money. I get this is a special relief post, but I can't even focus on that subject because of the if. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's stupid. They say, hey, screw the airport, come to Chuck E. Cheese because we're losing money. And we understand that you guys are stuck at the airport, delaying flights and stuff. Why? Why would you do this to your own people, bro? But hey, that's the company for you. They have to find ways to make money, and this is the only way, at least. I guess it's the only way. So, of course, they take out their comments the first time they post about it. The comments are literally turned up, knowing that people in the community will come out and say things about AI, but they turn back on their comments, and there are about like 58 comments, and almost out of all 58 of them, all of them are probably hidden because of it. Use Sunny to actually original pose render. Exactly. It's just stupid. Hey, Showbiz C. Giles. And hey, Jaybird, you finally popped on in. I think the previous one you did pop in. Anyway, you at least popped on in. But yeah. But a lot of people say they should hire real artists for it. You're right, they should. They should hire artists. That's such a really great idea. I think the only problem is that we are facing right now, and I guess the biggest, hitting the wall, if you just open out your windows and smell the roses and touch the grass, little boys and girls, they don't have money at the moment. They don't have money to put for the artists or whoever can make good drawings. But thank you, Cheddar. They can, but they broke. They broke. This requires money. You can't just freelance someone without getting little paid for doing it. And yes, I know there's a lot of talented artists of people that can line up and actually do this type of thing, but at the same time, they're broke. They are a broke company and they're trying to find ways to do that. So AI is their only option that they can look into as of right now until they find someone actually good enough to actually make some really good, decent art. And we actually had someone that made good, decent art, which was Austin Trailer. And he was a freelance, but now he works for the Disney company with the animation studios. But still, missed opportunity that we could have had. I mean, hell, get the people who did the happiness stuff with the animation specials. If you keep promoting that with your characters, I mean, yes, you don't need a green light as of right now. I don't think you need a green light for that, obviously. You can still use the render for those characters. It still makes a lot of sense. And then, hey, everything's normal. But no, again, they also would want to require money too, but they're also in the partnership with CEC. So, you know what? I think it's just time for Chucky to put the fries in the bag and just say, it's time to go. Nothing will ever change. So, Chuck, put the fries in the bag, or in that case, put the cheese in the bag, and just pack it up. Because at this point, what are we doing? I mean, it's literally 2026. There's no closed locations as of right now. And I think that's the only way that you can at least survive. Close more locations. I know that's kind of sounds very bad in a way, but look, trust me, that can really help out a lot. And I understand that a lot of managements and cast members will lose their job over it, but still, that's the only way you gotta go. Like, you guys were closing locations left to right in 2020, then you were closing more locations in 2023. Reduce our locations, close them down for good. And I give it doubt that they're going to close any of the legacy locations because Springfield, Nanuet, and Pinesville are also reduced locations. But out of all 6 of the legacy stores, Pinesville making more good ass money. And I wonder why because of that. Like, why out of all 6, Pineville making the best money ever? That's something you guys should really think about too. How is Pinesville, out of all 6 legacy stores, making the best money in the district? And you just think about that. Just sit back and just think about it. There's so many ways that can answer that. Maybe it's because of the population of the city. Maybe something that Pinesville has that the other 6 doesn't have. You know, there's something out there, but from what I heard, they make actually good money for it. Okay, when I say 3 stage, but okay. Well, it's like I don't want to come be a company. Well, will be big. Future, nothing happens good. True. True. Yeah, put the cheesy bread in the bag. Yeah, the retro corner. That's the only good thing they actually have over there. Oh, and the 3 stage too. I mean, consider the fact that we have seen like they're the last them in Springfield or the last stores to feature bots. Wonder what happened with did they reveal the original portrait bots? That'd be really interesting, but I doubt that. I mean, documentations are either trash, somebody has them, or they probably had to get in contact with Harold Grow Branson, which I know they're not gonna go that far of a drive to like really go into. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Honestly, that'd be really pretty cool to for them to do, but I get doubt that they'll do it. But yeah, I just feel like closing more locations is hurtful, but I guess it's the right way to go because Jackson, Tennessee was like the last store that closed down actually as of last year. And there's like a rumor going around that Toledo might be the next store that's probably closing in 2026. At least that's been going on around for a while. I suppose that Toledo is possibly closing later on this year. I don't know if that's true or not, but there's been word going around saying that Toledo is closing, and Brandon, who was a tech, he left at the beginning of this year. Yes, the Kansas City did close. Didn't do enough sales, so I'm not surprised by that. Even though their threes are generally bad, in my opinion, it's too sugar coated. And let's do that. What could I say? The true, true. Oh yeah, no, Jake's fine. This or that server unknown. No, they probably. Um, no, Dolly probably no. Dolly got destroyed. Talking about the one at Cruiser, that was in Cruiser. She got destroyed. She could have fit in Jules' vehicle. Is that what you're talking about? Then. I know there was one where Jewel kind of saved and could have fit in her car, and that was the Dolly portrait one. But I guarantee you, everything else got destroyed literally after, like the move, like all the moving and stuff. Everything else got like destroyed with like no regrets whatsoever. And I still give a doubt that like Travis thinks that there's still more bots out there, and if that was the case, then okay, that's cool. If you want to believe that there's more like portrait bots out there, then all right, buddy, if you say so. But truth be told, if you have the info or you have the connections, if you so say that you have the connections to it, I think you should let the community know by now, like, hey, they're still around out there. But you know, from my understanding, the boss probably they went back to corporate. I think they all went back to corp, but I think they got destroyed. Either they went back to the headquarters or they got destroyed once they installed the cyberamics uh, in that location. But I think they all got destroyed at the time when the move was around, because I don't think there was any talks of the them destroying anything. Is Northbridge a kind of bad location? It's a bad location. Northbridge is it's a really interesting location when it was at its prime, but now it's like Northbridge. Who goes to Northbridge? I don't think people. I remember last time I actually have footage of Northbridge. Northbridge is not a good legacy store. I mean, it was okay. It's an okay legacy store. It's not like one of the best legacy stores. Like in my cup of tea, like I don't like Northbridge. Northbridge could have been better when they kept like the old '90s artwork and the statues and everything else. Other than that, it's not a really good legacy store. I mean, I get why they want to save it too, so you know. But that was a big rumor too at the time with Northbridge. There was so many stories going left and right saying that Northbridge is gonna get remodeled. Then I think 2019 it was supposed to get it. Then the pandemic rolled around, and there was other talk saying that this date they're gonna get the remodel, or that date they're gonna get the remodel. So yeah, it's crazy. But as I see, the state's still around, so that's all that matters, you know. Right, exactly. Just like how they stole your photo earlier. Let's talk about that. Okay, let's talk about that actually. Since we're on since we're talking about pictures and stuff, let's talk about what we were talking about earlier today in our group chat. Because oh, you deleted it. Oh no, you didn't. My bad. You had it. You had the other things. My bad. I see it. Okay, so boom. I come across this post on my Instagram. I'm flipping the camera around. So I come across this post on my Instagram here. This is Deshaun's newly latest post about the Arizona Wildcats that used to be at Peter's Piper's Pizza. So he posted this is like 8 hours ago, but when I seen it the first time, this was like 45 minutes ago. So here's the picture that he posted and stuff. Okay. Oh, you did post about the menu. My bad. I didn't see that earlier the first time. My bad. Sorry, dude. Anyway, so boom, this is what it looks like. Alright, cool. That's his post. Tell me why. Okay, minding my business. Boom. Here we go. Showbizpizza.com. These they repost his picture. I mean, they repost. Sorry, they post the picture. You know, here's some new. Here's some additional new images of the Arizona Wildcats, and it's it is literally the same. I don't know if you post this one or not, but it's literally the same thing that Deshaun posted, but instead this is in high quality photos. This is literally in high quality photos. So this ain't the first time they done this. Okay, this ain't the first time they actually done this. I'm about to put some more info here. Uh, so see here. Oh yeah, so this is also happening too, by the way. So, this actually just popped up. So let's me check a quick pause and let's post about this right here. So apparently here at D23, the Gold Theater presents, in about 5 days from now, February 3rd. Guess who has a gold or pass is getting an exclusive event seating screening of the Muppet Show, which is gonna happen the next day after. Anyway, that just popped up. My bad. Screw you, Instagram. Okay, back to you. No, I don't want you. Okay, so let's go back to the first post that they took from Deshaun here, which is where is that? Um, where is it? Where is it? Because I know I've seen it. Not this one. Was this one? No, I think this was the second time. But no, that's not the first time. The first time would be. Okay, come on, come on. Where is that post you made about the whatchamacallit Six Flags thing? Did oh yeah, I did. I scrolled. Yeah, I did. Cause it was before the other store. Let me look again. Okay, it was after all of this. I remember that. It was after. Oh, here it is. Yeah. So anyway, Deshaun posts this, about the Six Flags stuff. Okay, so you see in this corner right here, Tabitha liked it. The post. Liked the post, commented and stuff. So this is his first time. Deshaun posts about this. Okay, cool. August 7th, 2025. Alright, so moving right over. I hope I don't pass this up. They went ahead and posted the exact same thing, which August, so I'm probably passing it up because it's no, these are December stuff. So no, I'm not passing it up. I might, I did. Did I pass it up? Because this wouldn't make sense. Yeah, I did. Oh, yeah. Because this was like, what, 2024, 23, something like that? Whenever that audio got found, something like that, man. Uh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I did. Okay, look. See, look at that. March 3rd. So it was close. Okay. So many posts, bro. So many damn posts. Ah, found it. Okay, so boom. August 7th, 2025. August 7th, 2025. So here's the photos that Deshaun did. There's like only two of them. And boom, they do it again. But this time, this is the first two were from Deshaun. Deshaun's post. Here's this one. Eh? Eh? And then they put a whole description about it too and stuff. Okay. Exhibit A. This is the first time they took it from Deshaun. Alright. So boom. Alright. Let's go back. Let's go back further out some more. Boom. August 31st, 2025. This is when we found the new Peacetime Theater pictures of the San Francisco Mall area thing. And Okay, here's the photos that Deshaun took, and I think this was flowing around on the internet too. So you can correct me on this one, man. If they also did this up. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, right above the post with TJ in it. September 1st, 2025. So this is at least different because they actually show more pictures of the characters, like I guess through here. And I guess like I could be wrong on that one, Deshaun, but I think this was the second incident. But your post yours like a day before theirs, so like I said, these probably got flown around more and more. But again, correct me if I'm wrong. I think we was in the group chat that day. We found out like, oh yeah, look at that. Your friend over here commented, yeah, yeah. So they took off the shine. So this was the second time, yeah. Okay, and then the third time, ladies and gentlemen, was of course, um, the third time, ladies and gentlemen, it was this. This was the third time. So of course, Deshaun posted this again 8 hours ago, and oh, what the Showbiz Pizza posted 8 hours ago, or it's posted like a minute ago, whatever it was. This as well, but in high quality. The only difference is when Travis or Tabitha or whoever runs this freaking account, when they posted it after Deshaun posted it, you see how this is in like its original quality. If we want to say it's in the original quality, they post it in high quality and they get more likes than what Deshaun has. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the prime example of what the community. Hey, thank you. That's, ladies and gentlemen, is what the community is. It's all about competition. It's all about making a name for yourself. It's all about egotistic and pride. Getting nobody credit, nobody moment to shine. And that's how it is. You post something, the better page that has more of a cult following and better followers, they're gonna post it and they're gonna claim it's their own without getting the original person credit of posting it before. You post something a few minutes ago, they're gonna pop up to their feed and they're gonna post it and act like everything is normal because they're the top dogs. They want to be noticed. And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, you should never look up to your heroes because at the end of the day, everybody got a dark side in this community. And as much, really, I'm gonna turn back on myself. Now, as much as I want to put so much respect for Travis of running a website and everything, um, I still feel like his decisions of what he did, even the past decisions of what he did, is just so. It's kind of stupid. Again, you could have just let bygones be bygones and not post anything, but you had the most saltiest need because you are the most acclaimed founder of the community and the most trusty well website ever. Even though your website is not really much up to updates, by the way. Um, it's horrible. It's really horrible, and it sucks that hey Ducky, that some people look up to this man and see him as a god, even though he isn't a god. He's just a guy, a regular guy. Um, I looked up to you doesn't mean you're a bad person. No, I am Batman. Okay, and I hope you don't forget that. I was on the west side of the other much of the west side. Besides the fact that they added the whatchamacallit in there, country stage stuff. No, Batman. Yeah, yeah, Batman. Yes, not really supposed to tell you that, but yeah. You know it's bad when the radio gonna get updated. I was listening to the radio earlier today, and I took a screenshot of this, and I wish I was joking too. What I'm about to tell you, um, that I feel like we lost the plot because why I'm here on the radio and not surprised by this by the way too. I'm hearing Rebel Zomba Friendly Gonga in the middle of January. May I remind you, in the middle of January, I'm hearing a Halloween song. I find that so iconic. Like, why is this playing in the why just play it on the radio? Wait, you're Cindy's. Ironic, iconic, charisma. What the fuck? Ironic, iconic, charismatic. Guys, I just found out that Mr. JT is on the stream and he's being quiet. He just now texted me. He's in the stream and he's being quiet. So that's crazy. Look at that. Look at that. My man said, hold on. Yeah, this man really said that he's on stream. He's just being quiet. And why she gonna text you too, saying, "Damn, why did I expose him?" Cause yeah. You flip. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let's flip our camera around. Wait, shoot. I had it right. See, look at that. He said he's on the stream. He's just quiet. That's crazy. Anyway, here's his Instagram again. Here's his Instagram. He's a he, him, his. He got a crush on Helen Hetty. Well, Buddy did say he was taking a break. My man said he was taking a break. And I kind of knew he was slipping up somehow. Yes. Yes. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Oh, in other words, guess what popped up on my screen? I'm gonna put this round again. Ew, Daniel Tiger. Ew, ew, ew. Helping children with tragic events in the news. Why you gotta pop up on my? Why is Donkey Honky Dookie Doogie Dangy? Why are you posting on my? Oh my goodness! What are you doing on my screen? This is horrible. Not like I'm just gonna send that to my. Yes, and yeah, and okay. Anyway, that's fine. Or I can refresh. And now it's refresh. Hey, hey, just know what happens in the group chat stays in the group chat. No luck, you thought that was the group chat, but okay. But yeah, man. Mister over here trying to be quiet. Even though he said he was going to take a break from YouTube. That's crazy. You mean JT Jr.? Well, we can say DT too. Do I think? Wait, I'm sorry. Do you know that Munch Jr.? Oh, James Hardy Jr. Okay, my bad. Do you know Munch Jr. has the Beach Powder Cosmetics? Did I know that? My bad. Send me that damn thing. Hmm. Yeah, I did. I have seen it. Um, yeah, looks good. Looks very promising. Better than the ones we had in the past. With the one the other, I guess that was a reboot. I want to say that was that reboot animation thing. Yeah, looks very promising. Well, the Muppet Show did get leaked, so consider that a plus. Which I'm still hoping it comes. I mean, it becomes full series. Chucky, we don't know when the TV show coming out. As far as we know, they're not. They don't have a green light as of right now. There's no talks of new episodes or future shorts or anything as of right now. So what Zach has encouraged people to do is like keep watching the special until Amazon, how much you love these characters and you want to see a full list series. But yeah, but right. But I don't think there's gonna be an actual series for it. Yes, his stomach is a little big. That is true. and you're not wrong. Kermit's stomach does look a little bit big in that little poster thing. Or just the way that they try to. I don't know how they did it, but yeah, I didn't notice it too. But I'm excited for it. Yeah. Oh, right when I went with the balcony. The balcony. Oh, I mean the one with that was posted, the dates and stuff, like with all the other characters in Sabrina Carpenter. Oh, okay. But I guarantee you, we're getting a series out of this. Like, there's no way we're getting a series out of this. This gotta work. And if this actually does good, and it actually um it is actually works, and it Disney really pulls the green light, I'll be so happy because I think this is the answer to like what the Muppets need right now. Maybe yeah, other good things. Muppet Mayhem was a really good series. It was just it sucks how like the plot wasn't like really. I mean, some episode had its moments, some episode didn't. There were too much humans in the series as people always like really pointed out. Some episodes were straightforward. Some episodes you were with the plot, then you kind of lost the plot. Um, it wasn't really markable enough, like really talk about. Um, of course, you had the Muppet 2015 series, which was just a home-in version of The Office, but with the Muppets. It only took the second half of the show to finally figure out what was wrong with the first half of the show. Even though, again, you were with the plot, you wasn't with the plot in the first half. But some of the second half, you was there for the plot, and then you kind of just left the plot, and the plot probably just left you alone for a very long time. I thought, okay, you got Muppets Now. No one really talks about Muppets Now, because Muppets Now is just COVID series, and it was just like, okay, um, there was a there were some episodes that did have good. Go watch Sully's video. That's all I can go tell you. If you don't have the time or the access to watch the 2015 Muppet series, then maybe Sully's deep dive hour long video about the 2015 Muppets series to really have a good point. But some of it did have some bad behind the scenes stuff with the people behind the scenes and all. Um, but yeah, then you have Muppets Now, which is just like it's there just to be there, and it didn't. I feel like if you didn't have the Muppets Live Another Day, which I think really had like so much potential. We probably was had like, oh, this is the return of the Muppets. The Muppets live another day, and then it the creative differences from different people didn't watch it. Uh, yeah, but I watched like one episode of and I think it should have went with that Live Another Day concept. I agree, but higher ups wanted something different. People changed boards, and that's what happened. Now we got the Muppet Show coming back. Um, I'm excited. I'm really excited for it. I really am. And I feel like this is the direction that kind of been missing for a very, very long time. And, you know, we just ended the 70th anniversary of the Muppets. And now we are at the 50th anniversary of the Muppet Show. I think it's time to really bring back what made the Muppets so great, made the most household name, and the Muppet Show is the right direction for it. Again, we have so many different concepts for it. We had the Muppet Show Live back in 2001. We had the Muppets Take the Hollywood Bowl. We had the Muppets at the O2. Arguably, Hollywood Bowl and O2 should have been on Disney Plus, but that's the story for another day. Now, with this new special coming out and like how Disney is really promoting it, um, I have a gut feeling we're about to really get a good series out of this. And if this is the case, then I will say 2026 is the year of the Muppets. And you know what? This is might be a good year for the Muppets. And I think the last good thing we had out of them was the Mayhem series. So 2026 might be a year for the Muppets. And we might see something promising out of it since the Muppets Mayhem series. Whether people like it or not, I mean, that's up to you to really decide on and sit on and really think about. But I think it's time to say, let the Muppets bring on this variety show, which they're not really good at, but still, you can't make a new Muppet movie, which I don't know what's going on with that Miss Piggy movie thing, but you can't make another Muppet movie. Let's bring them back to the theater where it all began. And again, it's Sabrina Carpenter. I don't think you can say no to that. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited. So they bring a whole full S series to it, and it can work. It can really work. So I'm excited for it. Very much so. Well. And speaking of which, of my performers, it actually did came to my attention that uh, it came to my attention that yes, I heard about the musical that they're doing. Also heard that their workshop in New York is about to open up to the public for tours starting next month too. So that's pretty cool. So about time with the company and stuff. Yeah. Um, what I was gonna say here. So it also come to my attention here that um so the other night I was trying to read off of Steve Whitmire's article and stuff, and thankfully I found a link to that too, literally yesterday. So thank God for that. Um, so Tough Pigs made an article about it, and there were some comments and stuff too. And you might be thinking, okay, cool, Steve made this whole deep dive article about his overall feelings and whatnots and whatever. And you would think that, okay, none of the performers are really speaking up about this article because everybody's kind of keeping quiet in order to keep their job. Well, that was the case until Bill Beretta posted yesterday on his Facebook about the whole entire article and how he feels about it. And I give props to Bill too because Bill is someone who really hasn't worked it with Jim, but I want to say remember Jim during his lifetime. But he started working with the Muppets after Jim's passing, by the way, too. So Bill Beretta is a name that's a very new household name, a puppeteer to Pepe the King Prawn, Rolf the Dog, along with many other characters. He's the executive producer of some of the Muppet projects. He posted this on his Facebook. He said, I will never deny or question what someone believes in their heart because that's who they are. But there's a lot of assumption, misinformation, and a big part of the story missing in here. That isn't yet a part of what I believe and experienced over my now 30 years with the Muppets. For whatever that's worth. I didn't know you had to quote unquote know Jim to love, admire, and be inspired by and learn from him. If I had only known, I could have just stayed at home. So, needless to say, when I was reading the comments, I think it's safe to say that this whole entire article, Steve is just speaking for himself and just speaking about himself. And some people are agreeing with him, some people are not agreeing with him. Again, that's a whole big hole to really fill in. Um, so yeah, people share their opinion. Like I said, Tough Pigs made a whole entire article about it. So yeah. Like this comment right here. I hate to say it, this is delusional. I tried to read to what I thought was at the end. I think this individual needs some help, which didn't call me Steve, by the way. Yeah, that it was. It kind of was. I'm not reading that again. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not reading that entire thing again. I'll probably read the one about Kermit, actually. But yeah, this person said, I hate to say it, this is delusional. I tried to read it to what I thought at the end. I think this individual needs some help. The fact remains that none of us will be here forever. If the IP continues, then another performer will be under the puppets. Does anyone really know Jim? Question mark. What happens in the next 50 years? Another question mark. I love the guy, but this has to stop. It's not fair. It's not very Kermit or Jim like. That is the ideal. So, supposedly tough pigs come up about it, and oh boy, let's see what they have to say about it, and maybe one day I'll just go back and read the entire article again. So it says here, reflection on the blog in overcoming trauma. Of course, this is by Joe. Joe is the same guy who made that clickbait article about the Muppet Show failing. Yeah, that's something interesting. So it says here, 5 years ago, I lost my job. I was working at the company I loved, and over the years, I eventually found my integrity intertwined with it. Like far too many people over the past few years, I was laid off and feeling pretty devastated by the loss. It took me years to going through the stages of grief, attempting therapy, and by treating and being treated of anxiety to go through it. And despite all that, that was really a part of me. I can't say I know what it's like to know the Wrens are one of the most famous characters in the world for 26 years. And then I had to end suddenly, but I have a sense in a small way in how that felt. Steve Whitmire have shared a long and complicated post on his website regarding his views, current states of the Muppets. It's been a decade since Kermit the Frog has passed hands from Steve to Matt Vogel. In opinions about the performance aside, it's concerning to see how difficult it's been for him to move on. I imagine that it's never near impossible for him, between constant reminders from fans on social media about their opinions of this current iteration of Kermit, and his recent career appearing at conventions representing his performance with the Muppets. Steve's past has been stuck to him like a shadow for the past 10 years, and I don't mean to dislim diminish him how difficult it must be for him to forgive and forget. Yes, obviously saying anger, bear gazing, and despair, and unavoidable with a loss like this. But rather than focus on the personal healing, Steve has gone public, channeling his grief through the lens of the quote-unquote soul of the Muppet characters. Man, where did I heard that line before? Soul. Oh yeah, Frank Oz. And look, purity of the character is certainly important, but it's clear this isn't what's behind his blog posts. Hey, here we go. It says here, oops. There are good points hidden throughout his blog posts. The characterization of the Muppets is extremely important to the success of the franchise, and Kermit is perhaps the most important spoke in the wheel. And there has been missteps in the development of the character and the brand, though that's been true for the entire history of the Muppets, and not just like the last 10 years. Steve has talked about a lot of things about some things the consistency of the characters, despite his version of Kermit having strictly different feel than Jim's. He talks about the negative response to Volk's okay. He talks about the negative responses to the voice of Matt Vogel's Kermit, forgetting that there was a similar response to his own Kermit, just without the incident offense by social media. Okay, so this makes a lot of sense. So, at the time, ow, my eyes. At the time when his Kermit was around, there probably was negative responses, but unlike Matt Vogel, they didn't have social media back in the day. Okay, cool. He insulted the new Muppet Show special, without seeing it, of course, for trying too hard to look backwards when it's exactly what he's pinning for. And he claims to not be angry, remind you, with the Disney executives, Matt Vogel, or the Henson family. And also remind you too that the Disney executives and the Henson company family been trying to get rid of Steve for a very long time. So you're not mad at them. Who are you mad at? But it says here, but he's most definitely angry with someone, though he never identifies who. Who is he angry at? That's the real question here. Who is he angry at? If it's not the Disney executive, if it's not Matt Vogel, if it's not the Henson family, who are you really mad at? Are you mad at yourself? Are you mad at something? Like, who are you mad at? Because you're mad at somebody, but you can't identify who that someone is, so who is that someone? You know what I mean? After I read this for the first time, the biggest question I was left with was, what is he trying to accomplish? Steve must know after all these years that he'll never be exit back into the fold with the Muppets. I can't imagine he'd be happy with any new Muppet project that he wasn't involved in. So why would he so concerned with their status? Why would anyone report on the status of a company that they haven't worked in a full decade with such a personal outcry? If I had to guess, I feel like this blog post is designed for two things. One, is to allow fans out there to feel comfortable to be in angry, which is a completely destructive thing for anyone to do. And the other is to start sort of a campaign to get Matt Vogel Oh my god. It is some other sort of campaign to get Matt Vogel fired, which is exactly the source of a devastating thing that happened to Steve. If either of these are true, then the posts come across as a misguided and vindictive. Oh, okay. It's glaring to me that this post focused on Kermit, but not more mention of. I don't know. Okay, if I read the article it says here he's not mad at Disney executives, he's not mad at Matt Vogel, he's not mad at the Henson family, he's mad at somebody. Who is this someone? The article clearly says too. I mean, there's part in the article he is not mad at. He's not mad at them three, but he's mad at someone. He doesn't identify who he's mad at, but he's mad at someone. But who is the person that he's mad at? He never really said any names. Whether this person is still working for either or company, we just know that there's someone that works for either the Henson Company or for the Disney Studios that he's mad at. We don't know. But he did say he said no names. But it says here, it's going to me that this post focuses on Kermit, but there's no mention of his other recasting, following like Wembley, Rizzo, or Bean Bunny, which of course Rizzo and Bean Bunny has been recently recasted, and Wembley of course had also been recasted, not so as recently. Um, you might think that Steve would feel more strongly about those recasts since he originated those characters, but with almost to no public outrage about them, he's keeping numb. Instead, he's reflecting the anger he's seeing on social media, never a healthy habit, and using it to stroke the fire. And to that point, he's taken a handful of messages complaining about Kermit's new voice. He's collected and displayed screenshots at the top of the blog page, which may be part of the whole of this situation that makes me the saddest. It's like collecting bad reviews for someone else's movies and pasting them into a collage and misrepresenting them as a series of complaints about the characteristic. I'm not here to say that any one criticism are incorrect or misguided, but this strategy reeks of quote unquote agenda. Needless to say, I'm disappointed reading this blog, and while it's upset me to see these arguments being made on such a public platform, I'm much more concerned about Steve's well-being. I have been a fan of his work for my entire life, and I truly believe that he is among the best puppeteers who have ever had the honor of working aside with the Muppets. Additionally, Steve has historically been a good friend to this website, and I'll always be grateful for him agreeing to be one of the earliest interviews. I can see how the anger and desperation continues over the 10 years of being on the outside, much being executing for him. Of all the dramas we are bearing to witness, my biggest wish to come all of this is for the growth in positive mental health for Steve. And there's two more out of here, so we got a few more paragraphs to read. And here's the thing. Tough Kids exists in part because we strive to be honest, even if it means us saying the people who create the characters and production that we love. We are critical because we care, and we want what's best for the Muppets. So if you feel like you want to criticize Matt Vogel as Kermit, go for it. If you want to say that the Muppets have lost their soul, then be my guest. It just looks like saying something about what Chuck E. Cheese was. So basically, yeah. This saying something about Chuck E. Cheese. Okay. But if you're doing it at the risk of your own mental health to hurt the people in the community or just to make people feel comfortable in their anger, then please just stop. It's not helpful to you or the people around you. That's it. what I do hope to accomplish with this blog post, I hope people continue to give Matt Vogel Kermit a fair chance, remembering that it takes years to feel comfortable with a new performer, and that he really hasn't had nearly as much screen time as Steve did after this much time as Kermit. I hope that we can all find ways to be constructively critical without combating each other or restoring to get mean. I hope that we can support the Muppets moving forward and find a new audience without going backwards, retro reboots notwithstanding. And I hope we can do all the above without creating quote unquote size. We're all Muppet fans, and even when we disagree, we're still connected. And more than anything, I hope that anyone who's feeling hurt in these times of unemployment and underemployment can find ways to focus on their mental health in positive ways that can ripple out to anyone who might feel a similar type of hurt. Let's find a way to help each other so we can grow out of this crisis together. Back when I lost my job, I found myself in an extended period of sadness that was especially heavy by isolation. One of the many things that helped me get through those days was the Muppet fan community and how it allowed me to focus on unity and fellowship. I learned a lot in those days about how important it is not to only find ways to build bridges, but to concrete those angry feelings to places where they might do some good. Just imagine if every person shouting about Kermit's voice spent that energy on the current situation in Palestine or Ukraine or Minnesota. Oh, okay, that's going too far. Anyway, in the end, it isn't about Kermit the Frog. It's not about Steve Whitmire. It's not about Matt Vogel or the Muppets or Disney. It's about the aftermath of trauma, being given the space to feel your emotions, and then growing, learning how to grow. There are many things that are easy in this world, including being green and healing from our scars. But you'll find these things get easier when they approach you with kindness, mutual respect, and community. The current events of the world today. These three words right here. So yeah, you know. When I heard we're in Minnesota, because basically, okay, this part here was just talking about his honest thoughts about like his own personal feelings about the job. So like saying, just imagine every person shouting about Kermit's voice through the energy on the current situation in these like particular areas that are like pretty bad. So yeah, that's why I was like, oh, okay, this is going too far. Let's just move on to the last part. So yeah, yeah, I hate when I do that. It really is. That's like, okay, wrong topic, but alright. Get it, spread your personal feeling, get them out there, and then. Um, no. I did not know that, buddy. I did not know that at all. Thank you so much for thank you so much for telling me that. I did not know that. Yeah, I did not know that so much. You know what, man? Maybe next time I should use StreamYard and take that advice. Really should really take that advice of yours. Didn't know that. Didn't. I see this. Well, it look like we haven't heard anything yet from Rob, even though it's kind of been since Tuesday. Yeah, it's been Tuesday since that post came out, and I guess there's really no talks as of right now. So, what do you guys think? Think he's gonna speak out about the situation, or is he gonna just sweep it under the rug and continue doing what he's been doing? True. He usually drops around Friday. Let me see his last video. Cause I don't know. Let me see something. I still gotta watch it.
Hey guys, it's Rob here. Today, I'm going over a location that had a
Oh, did he say?
lots. As I've got an announcement to make at the end of this video.
Okay, let me just fast forward to the announcement. Oh wait, this is what he said he was taking a break, right?
Thank you guys for watching this video. It was cool to discuss the fate of the show's spots again. I first did it with my Houston, Texas history video. Now here with a more accurate timeline. Now for the announcement. Just like last year, I'll be taking a break for a month. But during this time, I won't be posting any of my main weekly videos, such as these history videos.
Oh.
I think it's important for me to take breaks like this from time to time to make sure I don't get burned out. And it'll also allow me to pour a bit more time into my book so that I can continue to promote.
I think I've seen this one. Alright, so we'll see around February, because the month's almost over, actually. So, yeah. The month is over, so, I mean, we'll probably see him back February. But I am giving doubt that Rob will probably speak about the allegations and the little situations or the whatnots and whatever. I give it doubt he's gonna speak up. Again, me personally, I would speak about it and not get hammer attacked. I give it doubt that his comment section people was going against him. But oh well, we'll see. We will see. The history of us only fall from Yep, that sounds alright. Right. Oh well. Oh well. Am I tripping? Alright. We will see. We will see what happens. Again, I feel like, buddy, she needs to come out and just. No, no, no. My chair is rolling. My chair is rolling. Oh, it's just rolled for a little bit. Hey, fellas, let's stop playing. Oh no, get over it. I didn't watch that one either. I still gotta finish that video. I gotta fix the little rug thing. There we go. Oh well, let's see what happens. Right? Oh well. I know it's been like 2 days since it, the whole sticks drop, but hopefully say something. Right, jeez. Yeah, exactly. Or ukulele, That no, guitar sounds so much better. You're so right about that. Okay, can someone explain to me what's going on with Sestry's niece? Because I heard and there was a comment, and I think it came from. Sorry, I think it came from North Carolina's post too. But what's up with Chris using AI? Can somebody explain that to me? Because I have not really watched Chris's videos, and like, God, who knows? But clearly, there's someone saying that Chris Ballard is using like AI for something, and like I said, I have not watched really Chris's videos uh, that much lately, like I used to. So, does anybody know what's up with that? Because the last video I watched from Chris was the Pinesville video, and that was it. There were some uproars about the AI thunder for Applebee's for, not surprised, asshole. Wait a second. So y'all need to tell me that this I'm looking at right now that this thumbnail is screaming AI. Oh my god, that's so stupid. And then you got Chucky Entertainment, out of all people, someone that is a very controversial fella in the community, as I call him, the certified asshole too. Pretty cool dude, but he's a certified asshole at the end of the day. Who also got egotistic and pride too, by the way, in the community. Say that his thumbnail is AI. Wow, that's so stupid. So you be a real person to go out there, criticize one of the biggest YouTubers, and then you take it down hours later. That does not surprise me at all. It really doesn't. And I didn't see the video yet. I'm about to. Well, you know what? I wonder if there's any comments about this. There's a lot of comments about this. I don't. You know what? Yeah, I ain't gonna really go in. I ain't gonna go a deep dive into this whole thing. Because there ain't nothing too deep about it. There's nothing too deep about it. Why the hell? Dude, there's so many cases from Checking Entertainment, bro. It's not even funny. Like, there's so many cases about that dude. It's not even funny, bro. It's really not. Like, he was always an egotistic person. in the community. Like there's so many stories I heard about him. He would also like delete comments too sometimes. Like he really would delete comments as well. Um, like his hatred for this company is like straight to the root too. But again, he got a name for himself. But he also relies on other people to film content for him and put them on put their videos on his channel since he doesn't go out to like film or anything, which is again ridiculous. Oh, shoot. He's also one of those YouTubers that have like a favoritism as well. Sometimes a great reliable source, sometimes isn't a great reliable source. So yeah. Exactly, and then people like sort of believe him because why? Everybody believes what almost everyone believes what Ryan says or what Checking Entertainment says because he got more followers and he got great videos and stuff. Like, yeah, okay, yeah, believe everything he says, and then comes out wrong. There was a time where he was posting like the schedules and stuff, and then he would sometimes get a little thing wrong, and then immediately would start over the post or whatever, some bullshit like that. Again, a lot of people turn to him for reliable sources, even though his sources are not always, or his information, not sources, his information is not always accurately correct. But yeah, people just run to him for that because, again, that's how they see him as this, you know, person. And I see his posts like here and there. I be seeing his posts here and there. That's why I didn't buy all that BS talking about, oh yeah, Rockstar is retired. Like, Rockstar is not retired. That was the case. I think all the voice actors will lose their goddamn job by this point. That's how you know that Rockstar is retired. If they lost their job and to something else, then boo, that's it. But he wants to feed into people's heads like, oh yes, Rockstar is officially retired. Like, the fuck is not, bro. It's not. So it's stupid. And then he make a post like 8 days ago. So all CC needs to do is show that the Rockstar isn't over and we are in a limbo going forward in a new content featuring the voice actors. Alright, Mr. Desperate but still like to talk shit about the company. That's how it is. But like I said, his theories is kind of bullshit anyway, so most fans will always go up and listen to. Exactly, they'll listen to the people who's on top because they're God, they're amazing. Oh my God, like oh man, one day I want to grow up and be like them. That's how they are. It sounds like again, you got all these egotistic, and pride. Um, yeah, that's his real name. His real name is Ryan. But yeah, people have this egotistic and pride. Like, you got so much pride in the community. Oh my God, you got great videos. Oh my God, you make good thumbnails. Oh my God, you do this, you do that. But it's like, dude, at the end of the day, you're nothing but like a simple asshole in this fucking community. Like, you know, you're nothing but an asshole in this community. And that's what you always will be. You'll always be an asshole in this community. But people still look at you and call you a god, a fan, or whatever. I mean, not fan. Um, Whatever, because you make good posts. And people run to you for a lot of good posts and stuff, but at the end of the day, you get other people to go out and film content, their videos. I mean, you get other people to go out and film. No, he doesn't. He does not. He used to a long time ago, and then he stopped because he lives in Ohio actually. And I think once all the Ohio stores got 2.0, he relied on his buddy Chris to like go out and film stuff, and yeah. Which again, I mean, it's not hard, bro. It's not hard. It's not hard to like to go out and film or book a flight or whatever the case may be. It's not hard. Just saying. but you're allowing other people to deliver content and making sure that your channel stays alive. And that you'll always be around. You'll always be this Chuck E. Cheese channel. And at the end of the day, people just like you for it. And I remember watching his videos a long time ago. I remember watching his videos and, loving every video that he did. And now, of course, um, learning into more about him years later on, from other community members. Uh, yeah, it's an asshole. Yeah, you used to have a lot of videos from Groupie Gas, but yeah, they got private and unlisted. I know you got copyrighted from Aaron, actually. Yeah, you got a copyright from Aaron because of the Bohemian Rhapsody. So people don't know about that one. So apparently, there was a Bohemian Rhapsody is something Braylon programmed it at Goofy Gas, and Brian went up to Goofy Gas, check out David's show at the time, and Bohemian Rhapsody was one of the songs that was played. And I see some of them. Yeah. Um, so of course it got to Aaron's attention. You know how Aaron's little minions, they brought it up to Aaron's attention, and Aaron tried to copyright the video, but of course YouTube was not dealing with it. So of course Aaron went to Plan B and went up to his premium subscribers and said, "Hey, take down this video," and then boom, his video got taken down of the Bohemian Rhapsody video that Braylon literally programmed it, and Aaron did not like it because it was custom programmed it. Of course, that's the stuff with the mafia, so yeah, you kind of know where that goes from there, I guess. So, yeah. Then he had like some other videos too, I think, from Smitty's, I want to say. I think. Did he? Maybe so. Because I know he said something about Damon, and then, man, I think it was came from Demonic a long time ago. He said something about Damon. I forgot what he said about Damon, and then literally there was there was a photo of him at Smitty Super Service Station. So yeah, he did. I remember he did a Rockfire show, but he filmed some stuff at Damon's show years ago. Yeah. But he does got a lot of archival footage. Right. I remember the video too. I still remember the video. Like I remember I got a notification and I started watching it too. It was a long time ago. But yeah, cause Aaron's Aaron. Oh, this is Squish. Yeah, there was the point where he used to film a lot of stuff. He used to go out and film, and then I guess after like once the 2.0 hit Ohio, he just relied again. He relied on his buddy Chris and other people to go like out and film, content for him and archival footage and stuff. Which again, bless it, But yeah, man, yeah. I mean that's good though too, but at the end of the day.
Did you get your medicine?
Mm-hmm.
You got it? What do you mean you got it?
2 of them.
Oh, you have to pay much?
Mm-hmm.
How much?
Hmm?
How much you have to pay?
Oh, none.
Oh, good, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I tell your mom the one thing that she uses, I'm getting to her.
Mm-hmm.
Text her.
Alright, tomorrow.
If she needs it.
Mm-hmm. I knew I was supposed to do that tomorrow. I'll just go tomorrow. Go do that. Yeah, I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Um. Yeah, that too. I think that was no, that wasn't custom programming. That was the nope, that wasn't. That was actual real data. I want to say I think that was real data. Come on, laptop. No, it has to be. No, never mind. That was custom. Never mind. I'm thinking of the extravaganza. The extravaganza was real data or data because no, that was custom. My bad. They custom programmed that one, but because we don't have the official data to constant unification. Actually, we don't. I don't think we have the actual data for it. I don't think we have real data for it, but we have data for the extravaganza. Cause I know we have data for that, but I don't think we have data for together we got it or the actual full conjugation show. Not that I recall, but I don't know. Maybe it's out there. I know for sure that for Cyberamics, they're putting 3-stage bits into the Cyberamics for Program Blue. So anyway, so let's sit back and watch Sully's recent video.
Do you get when you
Woo. Well, too late. See, I'm doing this instead of doing the details videos, which, by the way, I don't know if you kept up with those or not, but you should really watch those on your free time. They're actually really good. I enjoyed the previous one, or I enjoyed the recent one that I just uploaded today, actually. By the time I got home, I was like, ooh, the detail dropped a new video. I was like, oh, gotta watch it. So, yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. And I think the next part we're getting to the tour. So it's getting more more in depth, learning more new things every day. So just talk about the damn album, the music videos now. All right, damn it, I'm just where's that at? So hopefully the next week we get into those holes. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna play this now because I'm sick and tired of Sully looking at me like this. It really was. Okay, so let's play this video because I'm sick and tired of Sully looking at us and like this, like he's about to do something to you, and why he's wearing that goofy little outfit. Who is this, Uncle Sully? Uncle Sully for president. Okay, anyway.
The year's 1983 and you're visiting your favorite pizza arcade chain, Showbiz Pizza Place. You're excited to be reunited with all your favorite animatronic characters such as
Sit down.
Looney Bird, the Rockfire Explosion, and who the fuck? Welcome back to another episode of Sully Info Dumps about animatronics for an hour. If you haven't already seen my previous video on concept unification, watching it will make this whole thing a little bit easier to understand. But to go over the basics, Showbiz Pizza Place was a rival pizza chain to Chuck E. Cheese's Pizza Time Theater in the early to mid 1980s. While you could find familiar faces such as Chuck E. Cheese, Helen Henny, and Jasper T. Jowls over at Pizza Time Theater,
Boo.
Showbiz Pizza Place had something much more exciting. The Rockafire Explosion, the world's most advanced animatronic band appearing across 3 stages at Showbiz Pizza Place locations across the country.
Oh,
The
yeah.
band consisted of Rolf DeWolf and Earl Schmerl on stage
Racist
right,
puppy.
Duke LaRue, Fats
My
Geronimo,
guy.
Beach Bear, and Mitzi Mozzarella on center stage, plus Looney Bird and Showbiz Pizza's own mascot Billy Bob Broccoli on stage left. All of these characters were created by inventor Aaron Fechter and his company Creative Engineering, who were co-founders of Showbiz Pizza Place, and they produced hundreds
Oh my God,
of
he's
units
naked.
of these
He's
shows
naked.
for over
Billy Bob's naked.
200
Oh, they got
Showbiz
blue
Pizza
people on me.
locations across the United States. Now, the Rockfire Explosion was well regarded. It was universally loved by kids and adults alike and has garnered a cult following that has lasted to this day, nearly 40 years after
Ew, Billy
it was
Balls.
removed from restaurants. And while the show itself wasn't becoming stale, showbiz and creative engineering were always looking for ways to push the envelope in terms of their animatronic characters and to entice visitors to keep coming back. So in 1982, it was decided that for the first time, the Rockfire Explosion
Gotta get
added
naked.
a new member.
Wait, what?
Welcome to the Uncle Clunk Abomination.
The what?
It's a great name, but your voice doesn't quite match it. We have a fix. VoiceMark gives you over 150 lag-free real-time
Is that a
voice changes
chip?
and
Okay, you know what? Forget that.
whether you want to speak
I said forget it. No. Yeah.
He's the funniest robot science ever made.
Hello, you're on the air with Uncle Clunk.
That's a nice chin.
Oh, I get it. You're doing your impression of a telephone ringing. Are you some kind of nut? I'd say you were more of some kind of fruit, actually. Beautiful, but you still have appeal. The amazing Uncle Clunk, only at Showbiz.
Amazing.
Too smart for the house.
During this time period where Showbiz Pizza Place was actively investing into R&D with creative engineering and wasn't hemorrhaging money, there were
At the
tons
time.
of ideas floating around of what kinds of animatronic characters they could bring to their restaurant chain in limited releases. One character that never made it into production was the animatronic likeness of Paul McCartney,
For whatever
who then
reason.
joined the Rockfire Explosion on stage. Because the Beatles are a notoriously cheap property to license at the height of Beatlemania, right?
Ask Michael Jackson.
There are some photos floating around of the production of the Paul McCartney animatronic, including an early face sculpt for the character, which
Oh
I think
my.
comfortably falls into the uncanny valley. But like I
Okay, hold on a second. So you mean to tell me we get photos of? We get an animatronic of this? Yeah, I can see that. You know what? I can see why Peace Sign Theater did King Cat. It makes a lot of sense. I'm so glad we didn't get a Michael Jackson animatronic. That would have been horrible.
comfortably falls into the uncanny valley. But like I mentioned, Showbiz Pizza never opted to go forward with this character in any of their restaurants.
Thankfully.
And the singular Paul McCartney animatronic owned by Creative Engineering was eventually sold to the U.S. military as Private Paul, where he, and I quote, would dance to Michael Jackson's Bad for hours non-stop in a gas chamber to test for leaks in new uniform.
Why out of all song Michael Jackson bad? Well, honestly, that's a question we'll finally never answer to. But for some reason, I thought Aaron Fector said, and I quote, that he'll be dancing to Fastest version of Bad for countless hours. But I don't know. Okay, I'm hearing two things. This Private Paul animatronic would dance to Michael Jackson's Bad, and then Aaron said that he was gonna sing Fastest version of Bad. So I don't know. You know what? Forget it.
Welcome to the early 2000s, everyone. So while Private Paul never made his way into Showbiz Pizza restaurants, Creative Engineering's next creation did. And that creation was Uncle Clunk. And hey, speaking of uncles, I wanted to take a second to thank the sponsor of this video, MyHeritage. It is the
Hey,
start of
new
a
ad.
new year, and what better time to find out more about your family lineage? And at an incredibly low price of just $25 with code SULLY25.
Oh my.
Their process is incredibly simple. When I received my kit, I was able to take my DNA swab in just a few minutes and send it back out for testing the very same day. And I'm happy to report the results are in. So now it's time to find out if Sully is part animatronic.
Oh
The
my.
music is intense. This is worth the price of admission right here. So I'm 40.9% Irish. That is very cool. 16,000 distant relatives. My goodness. Look at that, we're talking about Uncle Clunk and they found my uncle. My ancient origins are European farmer, which means my ancestors would be very disappointed in what I'm doing with my career.
Okay.
And you can learn more about yourself by clicking the link in the description, scanning the QR code on the screen, or by using code SULLY25, where you can buy a bundle that will include a DNA test kit, a 30-day free trial to MyHeritage, access to their ancient origin feature, free shipping, and more, all for just $25. You genuinely cannot beat the value of MyHeritage, and rest assured, MyHeritage will never sell or license your genetic data. So click that link in the description, scan the QR code, or use code SULLY25 to get your very own MyHeritage bundle. Alright, so back on topic. Who the heck is Uncle Clunk?
You know, it'd be so much more funny when I was watching this as a member. And man, I want him to say this so bad. I want him to say, you know what's funny? I feel like there's a take out there that Sully would say this. Who the hell is Uncle Clunk? Instead of saying who the heck, can you imagine Sully just saying who the hell is Uncle Clunk? I can just see the look on his face. It's like, huh. You know what? I'm gonna keep bragging about it, because that's how I found about this video. So guess what? $1 a day. It helps out Sully, but it's okay. I understand that you're poor. I understand that. You know what? I poor.
A lovable oaf of a
It's okay, they
television
shot him for too, but
personality
he won't tell me
hosting the
nothing.
eponymous Uncle Clunk abomination. And at the time of his development, this was the most advanced animatronic character that Creative Engineering had ever produced. On average, a single Rockfire Explosion character has around 17 movements. This would include motions like turning their head left and right, raising their arms, or leaning forward or backward. So at the time, the animatronic character that had the most movements was Rolf and Earl, with a total of 22 individual movements.
Oh my God!
Uncle Clunk was coming in at a whopping 27 movements. That is the most movements implemented in a character to appear at a Showbiz Pizza restaurant ever, and nearly tying with modern-day Chuck E. Cheese's Studio C-Bot. Now, this was
Damn.
Creative Engineering's first attempt at a human character to perform alongside the Rockfire Explosion, and so they wanted to make him as fluid and realistic as possible, even with the limited technology that was readily available in 1982. And the result was this animatronic who stayed seated in a swiveling chair with his left leg crossed over his right. He had minimal movements in his lower half with a foot movement and the ability to turn his chair from side to side. But where the true ingenuity comes into play is in his upper half. You see, Uncle Clunk wasn't just advanced because he had a bunch of random movements. He had the ability to reliably pick up objects off of his side table. The two objects the character utilized in these early show tapes was a rotary telephone as well as a banana. Now, the way Clunk was able to achieve this amazing feat of seemingly picking up objects on his own was to be programmed in a very specific sequence. First, Uncle Clunk leans back in his chair, then his left arm will swing out with his wrist positioned upward, and once at the desired position, his wrist would move down, and his thumb would be triggered to move in and clasp onto the object. To pick up the banana, there was a secondary cylinder that swung his arm out even further to reach into the position to grab the banana, but the rest of the sequence was largely the same. And the installation manual was very clear that you should not, in any circumstances, turn off the calibration tapes while Clunk is in the process of picking up or putting down an object, unless you want him to destroy everything in sight.
Now, to avoid damaging Clunk's arm and hand, don't stop the videotape unless Clunk is leaning forward and his arm is away from the table. And be sure to remember to stop the videotape player only when Clunk is in a static position during the cycle.
So using these techniques, Clunk was able to seamlessly pick up and put down objects just like a real human actor would. And now I understand in the year of our Lord 2026, a robot picking up a fake telephone does not sound that crazy. But in 1982, it was a huge advancement, and one that Creative Engineering hoped to be the beginning of their second-generation characters. In terms of actual performances, Uncle Clunk was originally voiced by longtime Creative Engineering collaborator Jeff Howell, who, despite being deeply involved with the Rockfire Explosion, never voiced a character aside from a few uncredited voice lines. Now, the version of Uncle Clunk that most people are familiar with has a very over-the-top, goofy-esque voice and a cartoonish personality, but the Jeff Howell version of Uncle Clunk actually came from an initial demo sent to Showbiz Pizza that they promptly rejected. And why on earth would they reject an entire show tape? We'll get to that in a minute. Now, in this initial demo, Clunk's voice is a lot more similar to Jeff Howell's speaking voice with a deeper, more southern twang to it. And just in general, the character carried himself as more of a radio disc jockey of the era rather than becoming such a caricature. And this first show tape was not what Showbiz Pizza was looking for to introduce their new animatronic character. One of the first things Uncle Clunk does in this show tape is talk to children about drug use.
There's a new problem going around our country, and we need to warn you about it seriously. If any of your friends ask you to go behind the building or back in the woods and smoke some Crayolas, don't do it. Listen, it's very bad for you. If you don't smoke Crayolas. How many of you kids out there smoke Crayolas? Huh? Don't raise your hand. Come on, we can see the stains on your teeth. That's right. Yes, we know who you are. Kids, don't smoke Crayolas. If you want to smoke something, go steal some of your dad's old dried up socks. Don't smoke Crayolas.
Also, that terrifying echo effect was not added by me. That is in the original. If I was the sole person in a Showbiz Pizza place and an animatronic looked me dead in the eye and in complete silence played that sound clip, I would need therapy. He also told quite a bit of uplifting news that I'm sure all of the children were just...
Find a Planet Fitness near you for $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends January 30th.
That's tomorrow.
You know what it's good? Even harder. Keep it to the process. Thank you.
thrilled to hear.
Ladies and gentlemen, today in Los Angeles, California, a man attempted to walk around the world drowned.
Yay!
Yesterday, a train derailed in the very eastern part of West Virginia, or the very western part of regular Virginia. In the accident, 10 people were killed, 5 seriously.
Yay!
Demo show tape is a lot of fun. Do I understand why Showbiz Pizza maybe opted for a more family-friendly show tape? Yes, but I'm also very glad that this exists. Once the initial Uncle Clunk show tape was rejected, creative engineering was instructed by Showbiz to completely overhaul the character, giving him a completely new personality, which you heard earlier, hiring an outside writing team, and just overall completely restructuring the Uncle Clunk abomination. And the result was this.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, despite numerous complaints to the local police department, Showbiz Pizza Place fearlessly presents the Uncle Clunk Abomination!
Hold on, are we just gonna gloss over that? What did Uncle Clunk do that required police intervention? Anyway, this version of Uncle Clunk felt much more like an old stand-up comedian rather than the shock jock we got in the first show tape with him constantly cracking groan-worthy jokes, followed by his catchphrase of either "you're beautiful" or "I'm beautiful," which you gotta love the self-love Uncle Clunk was showing back in 1982. Although they were able to keep in some of the unintentionally unnerving aspects of the show tape, including this phone call.
Well, I'm Uncle Clunk. Uncle Clunk?
I have no idea why that's disturbing to me, and maybe I'm alone in that. Overall, this Uncle Clunk is a much more watered-down version of the original character, and by watered down, I mean not at all like the original. In total, only one show tape was initially created for Uncle Clunk. The 49-minute show tape is split up amongst the 3 Rockfire Explosion stages, giving Uncle Clunk a total of 4 segments. Each skit followed roughly the same format, with Uncle Clunk being introduced, telling a few jokes, taking some phone calls, and then ultimately throwing it back over to Rockfire Explosion. Callers ranged from the deranged laugher to Uncle Clunk's mother to his sidekick Murray D. Bird, who got a surprising amount of stage time considering he is the literal bird in a cuckoo clock. Now, to my knowledge, there doesn't seem to be any surviving footage of Murray D. Bird in action aside from this half-a-second clip that was included in commercials promoting Uncle Clunk, but it appears that he was just a 2-movement character with him able to open and close his mouth as well as pop in and out of the cuckoo clock. And this is further confirmed by a video from a collector who happened to get her hands on a Murray D. Bird mechanism. Now, I don't know if I've already mentioned this in the video, but because there wasn't room to build out additional stages in Showbiz Pizza restaurants, the decision was made to swap out Uncle Clunk for Rolf and Earl on stage right. There's a handy installation video for Uncle Clunk that details the process of retrofitting the Rockfire Explosion stage to fit this new character, and it is a lot more palatable than the concept unification takes because you do not have a monotone voice instructing you to destroy all of these props as they cannot be used. The characters are simply removed from the stage and stored in a back room while they're not being used, something that I'm sure would not inspire a horror franchise nearly 3 decades later. And even though creative engineering and Showbiz were very optimistic for the reception of Uncle Clunk, only 50 of them were made, meaning not every Showbiz Pizza Place restaurant got one. Creative at Showbiz viewed Uncle Clunk as a traveling show, one that could do a residency at a few stores for a few months, and then be swapped out to new Showbiz Pizza restaurants so every store could see him while still keeping it as a limited time event. Again, the whole idea of this was to increase revenue and drive people back into Showbiz Pizza Place, so surely they wouldn't want to miss the animatronic of the century, and things turned around for Showbiz Pizza. Right? Unfortunately, Uncle Clunk didn't quite live up to the expectations that were set by creative engineering and Showbiz Pizza. Revenue didn't increase as both companies had hoped, and Uncle Clunk's reviews were mixed, to say the least. Darren Fector is quoted in an interview with the Journal Herald at the time saying that Clunk, quote, hasn't set the world on fire as I hoped he could do, and partially attributed that fact to the specific locations that Clunk was chosen to be installed in. But Showbiz Pizza had invested a lot of money into this character, and they were not going to settle for a single show tape before calling it quits. No, they were going to make this animatronic character work. Or at least they were going to try their best. So you're a Showbiz Pizza executive, and you're tasked with finding out what went wrong with the Uncle Clunk rollout. You take a long look at the animatronic sitting in front of you, and you finally realize, I know what the problem is.
He got a horrible nose that looks like very inappropriate, because there was a time where the artist who was making the Cluck mask made a very inappropriate part of his nose or his chin. It's actually pointed out by Aaron in numerous of videos, and that's the case why Uncle Clunk looks like that. Is that the right answer, Sully? Is that the right answer? I'm hoping I'm right. I'm hoping I'm right. Oh, look at that. I was listening to Working Day and Night. But anyway, I'm hoping I'm right. Maybe. Let's see what he says.
He isn't nearly country enough.
What?
Yes, Showbiz Pizza Place's first bandage for the Uncle Clunk situation was rebranding him as Country Clunk. Now, you might not see the difference at first, so let me point out. Uncle Clunk has big ears, a big nose, a tacky yellow plaid suit, and an iconic orange afro. But Country Clunk has big ears, a big nose, a tacky yellow plaid suit, and an iconic orange afro. But he also has a cowboy hat and a bolo tie. Problem solved. They also recast the role of Country Clunk once again, this time passing him off to performer Sean Fernandez.
Rest in
and
peace.
Unlike previous Uncle Clunk iterations, this character didn't have any skits throughout the Country Clunk show tape, instead performing 4 country songs, including the Ricky Skaggs medley, Exactly How I Feel, Much Too Young to Die, and I Would Change You If I Could. The
And
Country
my
Clunk show tape has some absolute bangers in it, and I think it's pretty well regarded by the hardcore fans, but it did not do much to patch the hole in the sinking ship that was Showbiz Pizza at the time. But you know who can fix anything?
Here we go.
It's Santa! Yes, Uncle Clunk was retrofitted.
The mouse went. Oh, there it is. One more time. You gotta hear the enthusiastic.
That was Showbiz Pizza at the time. But you know who can fix anything?
It's
Santa! Yes, Uncle Clunk was retrofitted into Santa Claus, and all is right in the world. And for
Yay.
transparency's sake, I do want to point out that the
So
Santa
glad
Claus
that did not
retrofit
pop up during
did
that
come
part.
before the Country Clunk retrofit, with Santa Claus debuting in winter of 1983, and Country Clunk not coming to the stage until about a year later in January of 1985.
Sources are also saying that Santa was also around. Latest, that's 1985.
Much like the initial Uncle Clunk run, Santa Claus only graced our stages for a single Christmas-themed show tape that was used in stores both in 1983 and 1984. But in the show tape, Santa Claus gets both skits and songs, and he does something that Uncle Clunk never did, which is actually interact with the other Rockfire Explosion characters. He sang Jingle, Jingle, Jingle from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Have a Holly Jolly Christmas, he read the audience a Christmas story, and much like Clunk, they were sure to show off his ability to pick up and hold a telephone by having him call back to the North Pole. There's very little documentation about Santa's presence in Showbiz Pizza restaurants and how he was received, but I can only imagine it was an improvement over Uncle Clunk. Santa Claus was a known quantity already, and a character that kids would be really excited to see on stage, especially around Christmas time. So I think it's a shame that this stage didn't catch on more and is now only seen in a select few private collections. And then, as the story goes, shortly after the Country Clunk show tape, the 2 former pizza chain rivals, Showbiz Pizza Place and Chuck E. Cheese's Pizza Time Theater, merged to become Showbiz Pizza Time Incorporated.
Oh, that is a lot. Hey, come back here.
Showbiz Pizza.
That is a lovely edit right there. Now, I'm not sure if that is a real photo or not, but that looks edited. That looks cool. Really cool. That looks dope, but I don't know, something about it just looks so goddamn dope, and I like it. Because, you know, it got that cool Avenger thumbs, no, not thumbs. What, cool Chuck's logo thingy? Mixed with that. That is amazing. Look, we don't talk about Showbiz Pizza Theater. Get out of here.
Time Incorporated. I do not have the time to go over all of that history again, so I highly suggest you go watch the other video about it. So as the company was restructuring and trying to find its footing in this new era, they realized they still had a lot of random Uncle Clunk animatronics sitting around their warehouse. And like I said, they spent a good amount of money on these animatronics, so I think the best thing they possibly could do is carefully preserve these animatronics so that future Oh, good lord! Yes, let me introduce you to Showbiz Pizza's third attempt to salvage the disaster that was the Uncle Clunk rollout, Orwell,
The robot you control.
Now, the purpose of this installation outside the main showroom was to spark the interest of kids who wanted to learn about the mechanics of the character and show them up close exactly how they work. And you know what? I'll just let Orwell himself explain it.
Hey!
Take what you do best and create a website that's worthy of it.
Hello, my name is Orwell. Those great folks at Showbiz have been telling me for years that I've got a split personality. So I finally decided to put it to work for me.
Hey, yo.
By using the buttons on the control panel, you can be in charge of my movements.
Inspiration to the wonders of animatronics. I think that on paper, Orwell is such a...
Did not know it reconnected, so guess what? We gotta do this again. And I just... After my second season, I realized it was reconnecting. Okay, back to over here to Two-Face. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's his name. It's Two-Face. Not gonna question how they were able to do this, but okay, hold on.
Yes, let me introduce you to Showbiz Pizza's third attempt to salvage the disaster that was the Uncle Clunk rollout, Orwell, a robot you control. Now, the purpose of this installation outside the main showroom was to spark the interest of kids who wanted to learn about the mechanics of the character and show them up close exactly how they work. And you know what? I'll just let Orwell himself explain it.
Hello, my name is
I don't know why
Orwell.
YouTube does that.
Those great folks at Showbiz have been telling me for years that I've got a split personality. So I finally decided to put it to work for me. By using the buttons on the control panel, you can be in charge of my movements.
You know, I'm all for introducing a new generation to the wonders of animatronics, and I think that on paper, Orwell is such a great concept. If they hadn't taken a beloved character and mutilated him before our very eyes.
You can control my movements by using the buttons on the control. From here on, I'm in your hands.
Hey,
There's
yo.
just something terrifying about an animatronic character that's seemingly sentient, but yet encourages passerbys to take control of his body, placing him in this weird liminal space between living and not. Maybe I'm just overthinking this.
Maybe
you know
he
what?
is.
Maybe the half Uncle Clunk, half Terminator approach isn't your style. Well, lucky for you, some other locations did away with the half and half cosmetics and just presented Orwell as a bare mechanism, which in my mind is a much less unsettling approach. And did they keep his same funny voice? No, they didn't. Instead, they did something much worse.
Hello, my name is Orwell. I'm here to obey your every command. I have been programmed so you can control my movements by pushing the buttons in front of you. I'm ready, if you are.
Oh, no. It's over. Hear that echo-ness of, I'm ready if you are. Like, oh, no. Mother.
What is it with this animatronic and the terrifying echo chamber they throw his voice clips into? I thought I was on board, but now I'm scared and I want Two-Face back. Very few photos of Orwell exist online, and footage of him in action has ever surfaced. You know what, I'll offer my Sane Yogi Bear cash prize to the first person that can send me non-released footage of Orwell in action. There's a distinct possibility someone watching this video has an old home movie that has footage of this character, so if you do, send me an email. So you must be thinking Showbiz Pizza was finally done bastardizing the corpse of Uncle Clunk after all these years.
Yep.
You'd be wrong. What do you get when you cross Uncle Clunk with Santa Claus? The correct answer is Uncle Pappy. Now, Uncle Pappy was introduced at the same time as Orwell in Showbiz Pizza restaurants, with corporate just throwing anything at the wall to see if it would stick. Spoiler alert! None of it did, but one of the ideas they threw out there was in the form of Uncle Pappy, who was weirdly placed smack dab in the middle of the arcade. Yes, who doesn't want to play some skee-ball while being watched over by an 8-foot monstrosity? And Uncle Pappy's shtick was weirdly limited in a way that leads me to believe that halfway through development, even Showbiz Pizza lost confidence in their own concept. All he did was give advice to kids in the form of songs that he sung a cappella, which I'm sure you could not hear over the cacophony of the arcade around him. Here's an example of some of Uncle Pappy's sage words of wisdom.
You only need 100
Okay,
Spanish
you
words to
two.
understand
You don't
60%
wanna let
of
me
daily
shine.
Spanish conversations. Now, imagine
I don't want to know nothing about no Spanish pod101.com. Maybe that'd be pretty interesting for later use later on. But how dare you two? How dare you? We're gonna skip this ad and we're gonna see me shine. Yeah, I know. Here goes the cameo. Tell me about it. Anyway.
Hello, kid. This is your old friend, Uncle Pappy.
Look, Mom,
Time
I
now
made
for
it.
Uncle Pappy do's and don'ts. Now, it's all very simple, so just listen. Oh, do an Uncle Pappy do, but don't do an Uncle Pappy don't, 'cause an Uncle Pappy do will be good for you, but an Uncle Pappy don't. Bye now, kid.
That's it? That's your advice? We don't know what you do. We don't know who you are. The only 3 show audios that have ever surfaced of Uncle Pappy are him telling you to do as he does, look both ways before crossing the street, and to save your money. Well,
Hey, by the way, just a self plug. You can listen to the other 2 audios. Just go to Constant Cheese Entertainment and go to playlist and you'll see Uncle Pappy. You can thank me later. Yeah, where did he come from?
gee whiz, thanks, Uncle Pappy. What would I do without that genius advice? I miss when he was telling kids to stop smoking Crayolas. But after the very short-lived installation of Uncle Pappy, only appearing in about 3 locations, Uncle Clunk was finally and unceremoniously ousted from his gig at Showbiz Pizza Place once and for all. Now, what happened to all of those Uncle Clunk characters? Who's to say? There are a few of them in the hands of private collectors these days, but nowhere near the number that we know once existed, so it's very likely that Uncle Clunk was used for parts or completely discarded, something that Showbiz and Chuck E. Cheese are no stranger to. And what legacy did Uncle Clunk leave behind? Is he remembered for being the funniest robot that science ever made? Surprisingly, I would argue the thing that Uncle Clunk is most well known for over 4 decades later is being the subject of a popular creepypasta called the Uncle Clunk Incident. I'll link to the full story below, but the general gist of the creepypasta is that the Uncle Clunk animatronic had an uncanny ability to predict when tragedy was about to strike the pizza place, be it shootings or kidnappings, and would then verbalize these predictions moments before disaster struck. Showbiz then recalled all of the Uncle Clunk animatronics, but one store was accidentally left out of this mandatory recall. So of course this animatronic started reading the news and announcing the death of multiple people at Showbiz Pizza Place. Something that I must note, he kinda already did in his first show tape. Just seconds later, an entire semi-truck crashed through the restaurant, killing multiple people, yet leaving the animatronic unscathed. And thus, when you look up Uncle Clunk online, you will find that he has a kill count of 2. I know it's just a creepypasta, but I am now considering it canon that Uncle Clunk is responsible for the death of multiple innocent civilians. If only they would have taken his advice. So there you have it, a complete history of Uncle Clunk, Country Clunk, Santa Claus, Orwell, and Uncle Pappy, the most retrofitted animatronic character in Showbiz Pizza history. This animatronic took on so many different forms over his very short tenure at Showbiz Pizza Place, but I think I can say that without a doubt, all of them were abominations. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and thanks again to MyHeritage for making this video possible. You can secure your very own DNA kit by using the link in the description, scanning the QR code on the screen, or using code SULLY25. Additionally, if you want more Uncle Clunk content, I have uploaded an entire reaction to some of the Uncle Clunk show tapes that I did earlier on in the development of this video. Memberships start at just 99 cents, and they genuinely help support this channel, as it is a one-man operation, and I plan to keep it that way. Thank you guys so much for all of your support, and as always,
You know what? You know what? You want to watch the bonus video? I know it's members exclusive, but guess what? Guess what, boys and girls? You're gonna watch the bonus Uncle Clunk reactions. So, let's get into it.
Person who answers says their favorite pizza.
Maybe I didn't watch this all the... No, I didn't. So, you know what? I was watching a little bit of it, but yeah, I kind of stopped. Anyway, let's watch it.
we're watching the Clunk installation now. This is one that I am 100% certain I have watched in full multiple times, but not in many years. So I need a refresher course. Now, is this artwork on the valences above the curtains? Do we know? Is there actually any footage of the valences? Okay, no, it was not. Where's that artwork from then? This is what was on the Uncle Clunk valence. So I don't know what the heck this is. It's a shame we don't have a higher quality rip of this because, this quality's bad. There's got to be a master tape somewhere, right?
If you are missing any of the items or hardware needed for the pre-installation, you should call Fred Quinlan.
That reminds me of the Yogi Bear incident that it was like, we got sent 3 legs, we felt lucky, and then the other story, we got sent 1 leg, I think we know where the other one went. It'd be really helpful if I could read any of the things on screen. Uncle Clunk pre-installation, and then I don't think anything else is legible.
Begin by carefully taking off their masks.
Oh, that's real nice. That's Gore of My Comfort character.
Crawl under the stage and pass raw plumbing harness.
What are we looking at? Are we looking... I can't remember if we're looking up at someone or down at someone. I think we're looking down.
Make sure your assistant is holding Rolf and Earl, otherwise he could take a dive into your dining room.
Oh god, that's some true Five Nights at Freddy's stuff right there.
Carry Rolf and Earl carefully off the stage and into your tech room.
Just chuck him off, let him crowd surf across the pizza place. Also, I'm curious if any of this actually directly inspired Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, you know, I know Showbiz Pizza did in general, but like the idea of Rolf and Earl being taken off the stage and being replaced with a shiny new animatronic and being left in a back room, like that is some great parallels there.
Now it's important to wrap the rainbow in paper in order to keep it from becoming scratched, and the hardware should be taped to the bracket.
They're giving very specific instructions on how to protect and how to upkeep all these parts. Truly, do we think the minimum wage workers at the time in these Showbiz restaurants were paying any attention to that? Like, I imagine a teenager at 5 a.m. doing this installation and just not being paid enough to care about anything. I would bet at least 1 or 2 Rolf and Earls took a dive into dining rooms.
Your carpet has probably gotten a little dirty from all the work we've been doing, so this would be a good time to vacuum it.
You're not my mom.
So take an inventory of all the pots removed so far. The crash symbol and its hardware. 1. Costumes, mask, feet, hand, body for a drumstick.
That's like 6.
If you have any questions, refer to drawing 1A in the printed instruction.
Do we actually have the instruction manual? Did that ever get archived? Okay, yeah, there is. It was 63 pages. My
Jesus
god.
Christ.
Are there any cool drawings in here that would be helpful? Oh, this is a cool photo. A really low resolution black and white copy of Uncle Clunk's stage.
Check the layout of your trapdoor in relation to Uncle Clunk, his right foot, the table, and the guest chair.
What's the guest chair? Are they referring to the chair he is sitting in, or is this like a piece that I'm completely forgetting? Because it's Uncle Clunk, his right foot, the table, and the guest chair. It's gotta be his chair, because there's no other chair. In my defense, it is like 5 a.m. when I'm filming this. The dead silence.
For this whole installation tape was just dead silent.
This dead silence while they're doing things, or the concept unification tape where they play kind of eerie music. I hate both of them, but for different reasons.
Me too.
Oh jeez, he almost impaled himself on that nail. Watch where you're putting your hand. My god.
Fasten it by screwing its hinges. in place.
He feels like he forgot his life by screwing its hinges in place. How long was the installation for this thing? Because I want to say concept unification was supposed to be done over multiple nights. You know, center stage and stage left were done kind of throughout the week, and then on the last night you were supposed to do Rolf and Earl's stage so that the full show would be up and running the next day. Maybe they'll mention in this tape when they're supposed to do this, but it would suck for the employees to have to do this one night, just stay overtime to do this.
It's complete. The pre-installation of Uncle Clark.
Let's get on to the real installation. I hate that he's just staring at me in complete silence.
We're gonna play the installation tape one day on stream.
Oh, what's with all this dead air?
This completes the preparation of the
Yeah, we're back. This right here is the best part about getting any animatronics. It's either uncrating them or taking the tarp off to reveal them for the first time.
Goddamn
It's
spider.
truly exciting. There's the boy. God, he's massive. I forget how big these things are.
He's rolling.
Oh, I love that.
He's rolling away.
Notice how he almost rolls away and causes a catastrophe. They put him on a dolly and he immediately just starts rolling
Well,
down.
I'm out, boys.
They have to
Yeet it
stop
out.
him. That would have been so funny. Remove the Rolf and Earl valence and sell it online for $500.
Oh, my.
I really wish I had the space to build out a proper stage like this for my show. They're all just kind of crammed in a room at the moment. But if Mr. Beast gives me $1 million,
now it's time to install the abomination mechanism and sign.
I already know that this is going to be titled something about Uncle Clunk, an animatronic abomination, or something like that. And people are going to get on my tip. He wasn't an abomination. I'm like, no, it's play on words because it's called the Uncle Clunk abomination. Don't at me.
3-inch drywall screws to mount this final support piece into a stud on the back wall.
I'm sorry, I zoned out. I didn't catch any of that.
Locate the aluminum abomination sign.
It looks like a giant bow and arrow. Look at Uncle Clunk's mechanism versus a crossbow.
Sweet.
Wait, am I hearing music?
Video games.
No, I am hearing a train in the background, though. I know there was a train track right by the Creative Engineering Warehouse, so I'm assuming that's where the audio was recorded. That's where we can hear it.
Finish the job by spray painting the airline at the stage back wall.
And be
Why?
sure to inhale deeply as you do so.
Be sure to crimp the S-hooks where they attach the sign to the cables and springs. This will prevent the sign from accidentally falling onto the stage during a performance.
That would be tragic. Kill everyone in the front row. Talk about an Uncle Clunk incident. Did that guy just fall?
Flat black paint on the
More spray painting indoors. It's a great idea.
visible at the front of the frame. This will allow.
Oh, where'd we go? Alright, we're back. Thought I just had a stroke.
Now it's time.
There he is.
There's the buddy.
We're finally at Clunk, and we're 31 minutes in. My
Jesus
goodness.
Christ.
Take apart the quick disconnect and watch as your O-rings go flying everywhere.
Now, with
Exactly.
the help of an assistant or two, carry Uncle
Or
Clunk
5.
off stage.
Or 3.
Okay.
The back of the chair in order to clear a 3-inch wide hole in the stage for the pulling harness to pass through. Here, 2 smaller holes were drilled side by side.
So you didn't even follow your own instructions.
Locate the table and guest chair. Drill and bolt them into the
I always wonder what the guest chair was used for.
with Uncle Clunk.
So wait, so they are talking about a guest chair again, and he's very much in his chair already, but they don't show it. What's the guest chair? Am I going crazy?
Maybe.
Gosh, I've never noticed this. Genuinely, I've never noticed this. If you look at a photo of the Uncle Clunk stage, there is a chair off to the side
Yeah.
that I guess you could sit in.
Oh my.
Never noticed that.
That's
Maybe I'm
cool.
just a moron.
Maybe so.
And yeah, there it is. I see the chair in the corner. I guess because they just never specifically showed it, I just didn't even think about it.
And then reconnect the quick disconnects.
That guy did not want the camera in his face. It's like I'm trying to work. Please not with this close up.
You're in Clunk at the same time.
Yep, there's the test chair. I'm just an idiot
The
apparently.
test chair?
That would be really cool if they could use the same technology they did for the interactive Billy Bob.
Yeah.
Implement that to Santa Claus.
Right.
And then around the holidays have kids come up and sit in the guest chair and talk to Santa. That's
Dope.
genius right there.
That
That would
is dope.
turn Showbiz Pizza's profits right around.
Check Clunk in the props for any obvious air leaks or defects or damage.
This right here is some people's worst nightmare.
Your completely outfitted Uncle Clunk should look like this.
Yes, it should, and what an abomination that is.
Now, to avoid damaging Clunk's arm and hand, don't stop the videotape unless Clunk is leaning forward and his arm is away from the table.
What they're trying to say is if you stop this tape while he's in this position, 80 pounds per square inch of air is going to just rocket back through the phone, through whatever's in its path, and you don't want that happening.
No.
The Set Banana section of the video adjustment tape.
Run the Set Banana program. That is a sentence that has never been spoken in the history of the world.
Be sure to remember to stop the videotape player only when Clunk is in a static position during the segment.
Otherwise, he will destroy your entire set. I'm gonna be honest, before I started making this video, I was not interested in owning an Uncle Clunk. I kind of want an Uncle Clunk now, but I'm not gonna pay $1 million for one, so sorry at this point.
It's all finished.
Oh, look at that. There is Murray D. Bird. Murray D. Bird, right? D, I think.
Your Uncle Clunk, as well as the most carefully installed in the entire Showbiz Pizza Place chain of restaurants. Congratulations.
Uncle, I saw the Disney
Congratulations,
with
you did
this.
it. You want a star? You want a good job certificate?
We're looking for Santa Claus Day.
Oh, Santa Claus coming up.
It's
Santa! There he is. That's Santa, all right. This is it.
Where's the Santa installation take, you know?
That's Santa. Oh. Feed, foot content. This is why you pay 99 cents a month. Hey, get out of the shot. See Santa in action at all?
From my understanding, Santa Valence was Season's Greetings. Sorry to run on your parade, son, but Santa Claus isn't real. I thought you know that. It's not real. Oops.
Oh boy, thank you for the outro. Oh, what fun that is. Now we're ready to install Uncle Clunk. Did I learn anything from that? I learned there was a guest chair, so that's what I get for not watching it in like a decade.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever listened to this full show tape. I definitely listened to portions. I don't know what to expect here. And I'll take notes.
The other day, I rolled
What
over
girlfriend?
in my bed. My nose got caught in my ear. I sneezed, and I almost blew my brains out. Thank you, you're beautiful.
I will say, being able to say,
Oh man, just pause moment here. See? So he isn't real. It's crazy. Sorry, it's not real. I don't know who's been lying to you. But honestly, I always want to make a video on Uncle Clunk, like discussing about Uncle Clunk and stuff, like how he could have worked it and everything, his flaws and stuff like that. But that's sort of like a here or there thing. It's just one of those ideas like, oh, you know, I think this would be like a really good video idea, but how can I move forward towards it? So I don't know, like, I don't know. Just to talk about Uncle Clunk just amazed me somehow. I don't know. Maybe it's one of those ideas that I just spitballing and speaking out my ass and then watch it poo out my ass later on in the times. That's not the point.
no, I get it's, like a double entendre, but to say in a children's pizza joint, I nearly blew my brains out.
That's another good question. I don't know, man.
Fantastic.
Whichever one the algorithm
Yes,
works,
you are,
brother.
Uncle Clunk. Alright, did he say you're or I'm beautiful? Because I think he switches.
Of course I am. Thank you, I'm beautiful.
It's just
All right,
wherever the
one for
algorithm
I'm
works, you
beautiful,
know, bro?
everyone. Take a shot.
I don't think it. Let me pause this. I'm sorry. I'm speaking over the video. I don't know. I really don't know. It's like wherever the algorithm works. I don't care what channel it goes to. It's like, hey, if the algorithm reaches it to any audience, then it works. I guess. I don't know. Maybe I might just ditch. I might just ditch the other ideas that we had. And it might just start this year with an Uncle Clunk video or something this year. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. You know, for almost 3 years, it's a really good question. You came back, you were gone, and yeah. It's a really good question, man. I'll figure that answer out once I figure that answer out. But yeah, back to you, Chad. I don't know, man. Where the algorithm works, I don't know. I might just fuck around and make this like a first topic on constant cheese. I'm not sure yet. I don't know, but it's one of those ideas like, hey, don't quote me on it, but if it happens, it happens, you know? It's just one of those things. It's like, I want to do it because I'm so interested in this Scooby looking character, and, you know, he got so much potential, but at the same time, don't quote me on it. That's all I can say. Like, I don't want to, like, hammer you and be like, make this thumbnail for me, but it's like, do I really want to do it? So it's one of those ideas that's been floating in my head for a very long time, so. Who knows? You know what I mean?
My favorite new charity, of which I am the president and the founder. Which charity is that? The Skirts for Fish Foundation. Thank you, I got a million of them.
Maybe I just listen to like the maybe I just have to listen to the full Uncle Clunk show tape and get my full in-depth understanding of how it can work. So I don't know. Random ideas. It's floating in my head all the time for like ideas and stuff. But you know, but it makes a good point. CCE would be a really good point too for something fresh and new away from the talk show. Yeah. Let me just finish this talk show topic first before I really ditch everything, and then I just start hammering myself and flying to a freaking wall and bust my head open and stuff. Okay.
Is that a joke? Skirts for Fish Foundation. I'm like, am I way too sleep deprived to understand that there's a pun there? Or are they just saying words together?
Don't mind Murray, he's
Damn
kind of
right.
surly today. His pet tarantula has the flu. Thank you, I'm beautiful.
Alright, no. Now, alright, first of all, what was that? I'm beautiful.
Tarantula has the flu. Thank you, I'm beautiful.
He
Alright,
really
another
good.
I'm beautiful. His pet tarantula has the flu. I feel like
He
I'm on
overused.
drugs. What's the joke? He's feeling surly. His pet tarantula has the flu. I don't think these are jokes.
No, they're
I
not.
think they are just said with the cadence of a punchline, and I am just overthinking things that are
Maybe
meant
so.
for children.
If a person who answers says their favorite pizza place is Showman's Pizza, they're going to Jamaica.
Hot take. I know I joke about it in my videos. Objectively, Chuck E. Cheese pizza is the funniest, worst pizza. Like, if you're trying to come up with a bad pizza for the sake of a punchline,
Yeah.
objectively the funniest answer is Chuck E. Cheese pizza.
Yeah.
So I will always kind of play into that stereotype in my videos. Having said that, it's
Mhm.
pretty good, in my opinion.
I'm already at a Showbiz Pizza place. Great. Then order me up a salad and cola, and I'll be right over, okay, Daddy-O?
I kind of like that Uncle Clunk is canonically, like, filming the live television show from Showbiz Pizza. This isn't like a vignette.
It depends on what you
It's
get,
like
then I
he's
guess. Depending who cooks it
Basically,
too.
he's taken up shop on the stage at Showbiz Pizza. He's like,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I had not had Chuck E. Cheese pizza in like a very long time. I think it was like not last year, but I think the year before that. And I mean, it still holds up. It still holds up really good. Like I said, it depends on what you get and depends who cook it. But I don't think Chuck E. Cheese pizza is never like it never tastes nasty. Now the reason I don't order Chuck E. Cheese pizza anymore is because of how much their prices are, and of course I just go just film and everything. But yeah, I have not had Chuck E. Cheese pizza in a very long time either. But again, it's the prices for like a pizza. As good as it is, the prices are like the main issue for it. So yeah.
I'm just some dude who came into a Showbiz Pizza place, and I am now broadcasting my television show, whether you like it or not.
Our contestant had rocks in his head. He was beautiful, though, wasn't he?
He has rocks in his head. Okay, that's a joke because they were from like The Rock. So that makes me feel like the other two were also puns that I'm just not getting.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, despite numerous complaints to the local police department,
Now see that I want to know why. Why is so? See, it's my like kind of headcanon now of him just like setting up shop in a Showbiz Pizza. Like, management did not invite him, did not want him there. He just kicked Rolf and Earl out and basically claimed squatters' rights, and now they're desperately trying everything in their power to get him out of Showbiz Pizza. The audience is calling the police, Showbiz management is calling the police, and they're just like, there's nothing we can do. Let him broadcast his show in your restaurant. A cab.
Thank you, I'm beautiful.
I'm beautiful. 1 for he was beautiful, 3 for I'm beautiful, 2 for you're beautiful.
You're on the air.
Yeah, hi. Is this dry cleaning shop?
No, this is...
Oh, was that a nice little Easter egg to Aaron Fector? Is that Fector's?
Yeah, hi. Is this dry cleaning shop?
Oh, that's nice. I like that. I've never noticed that before.
All the way from the little town of Parmigiani, Italy, is the foremost authority on the history of pizza pie, Mr. Pietro Zaplace.
Alright, how racist is this gonna be? How Italian is this person about to be? I don't recall this part of the show tape. And I have a feeling he is going to be offensively Italian. And if he's not, I'm going to honestly be disappointed.
Buongiorno from America, Mr. Zaplace.
Hello. But you don't have to call me Pietro. Call me Pizza.
It's not as, like, over the top. I mean, like, it's over the top Italian, but I was expecting, like, even crazier. But they are really leaning into after every sentence. We're kind of foreshadowing Pasquale at Showbiz Pizza Place.
Damn right.
We're in 1983, so we're still a decade-ish away from concept unification, I believe.
They are singing and dancing, having a great time. But
Clunk has not talked for a good minute. Clunk is dead. I'm saying it now. Rest in pizza.
corrugated time. 3 jobs and to touch someone. But just
No. No.
How about it, ladies and gentlemen, what they something?
I'm noticing they only have one sound clip of people cheering, because it always starts with,
What they something?
it's like the Eric Andre, yeah!
Remember, kids, always be nice to your parents because they're bigger than you are, and when justifiably provoked, may hit you real hard where you sit down.
So canonically, Clunk is for corporal punishment.
It's the Uncle Clunk abomination!
Hey!
I put together a brand new telephone service called Dial an Argument. I don't want to have an argument with you. Oh, yes you do. Oh, no I don't.
This is a Monty Python sketch. Monty Python had to have come before this, right? 1972, so nearly a decade before Clunk.
And another thing, I think your show is stupid.
Mom,
Who got this audio of my parents watching what I'm doing with my college degree?
oh, look at that. It might be the phone.
I don't know, Clunk. It might be something else.
Hello, Uncle?
Wait, did he say it might be the phone?
Oh, let me get that. It might be the phone.
That's so stupid. What I'm realizing now is that I feel like part of what didn't work with Clunk at first, this feels like it brings the show tapes to a halt. Don't get me wrong, I love Clunk. I love him as a character, I love the animatronic, but these are like 7-minute segments where we get nothing accomplished. I think that was a good fix when they did Country Clunk. Did they need to completely change the character into Country Clunk rather than keeping it the Uncle Clunk show? I don't know. I feel like he could have hosted like a variety show format.
Our show is over for now.
I don't think we got any I'm or You're Beautiful. Another Clunk segment. Here we go. I feel like I'm going crazy.
In spite of the federal court order,
Alright. Federal court order. Uncle Clunk did something on a federal level that should be preventing them from putting on the Uncle Clunk abomination. And yet, here we are. Let's look this up. What's the most common federal crime? Drug offenses immigration offenses, and firearm violations. Which of the three drug? It's gonna be drugs. It's gonna be, like, let's come on, it's drugs. Clunk is on drugs. Oh, we just got 2 You're Beautiful. That might have taken it to the lead.
I think I'll start today's show off with a song I'll sing myself.
Let Clunk sing. I was just saying that.
Pepperoni like pepperoni, they slide right off the dome.
Oh my god.
We try to please you with our food.
Alright, I think I know why they let Clunk sing more now.
From you in the audience, why you just yell out some numbers? Come on now, don't be shy.
Alright, I'll yell out my social security number. 1 3
That's all the time we have for today's program.
Hooray!
That's another highly forgettable but momentarily entertaining show.
That is possibly the truest thing that has been spoken so far. We'll be back in a moment with another highly forgettable but momentarily entertaining show. I feel like that's the entire Uncle Clunk abomination. Alright, that's the end of that show tape. What do we have in my notes? Nighttime talk show, question mark. Blew my brains out. Clunk endorses corporal punishment. Clunk wanted by police. Clunk under federal court order. And then we have 1 living relatives are beautiful. 1 brother and sister are beautiful. 1 mom and dad are beautiful. 1 he was beautiful. 4 I'm beautiful. And 5 you are beautiful. So, what have we learned? You're beautiful. Alright, it's early January. Let's listen to Uncle Santa. I'm just skipping over. Now, I don't care about just the Rockfire stuff in this moment. I need the things that have Santa in it. We're 22 minutes in, and this is the first time Santa's appearing. God help us.
Now, where's the chimney? Oh, I'll just jump.
Did Santa just commit suicide? There's no chimney. I'll just jump. Don't do it, Santa.
Ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe this is happening. He's here. He's here. He's already here. Ladybird, come out here. What are you doing in your barrel, you crazy bird?
There's something charming about lots of Rockfire show tapes feeling so off the cuff and improvised. Like, it doesn't seem super prepared. And I mean that in a good way. It feels like we're just witnessing a bunch of friends hanging out on stage trying to put together a show. Now, I believe Santa is also voiced by Bert Sal Wilson, who does Fats. I believe it's the same voice actor.
Get this way at a hurry speed. More details later. Ladybird, shut that off. Look over there. He's here.
I thought, like, Ladybird, shut up. Yeah, right there, it's very apparent that it's the same voice actor as Fats. Everything else is kind of a little bit of a higher range, but as soon as you hit those low notes, it sounds exactly like Fats. This right here is what the Uncle Clunk show tapes were missing, just music interspersed with the skits. The Rockfire stage show was always about it being a band, a group on stage. Even Rolf and Earl, who did skits, their skits were A, shorter, but B, they weren't afraid to also include music and songs and singing in them, and so it made it fit in, whereas Uncle Clunk was just nothing for 7 minutes.
Everybody sing along with Santa.
Jingle, 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 reindeer, jingle, jingling. Oh, oh, why couldn't I be Santa?
Hey, Santa. While I'm at it, I'd like to ask you a few questions that I've been wanting to ask you.
Yeah, I got a question.
See, this is nice. Santa is actually interacting with the rest of the Rockfire Explosion. I believe Uncle Clunk was only ever on stage by himself. None of the other stages' curtains were ever open when Clunk was there.
The real Santa Claus.
Jesus Christ, did you die, Santa? What's that?
I send out squads of secret bounty patrols. They're specially selected and trained, and I scatter them across the 4 corners of the earth.
In 2026 America, this hits way too close to home. I don't like it.
Santa, do you have any kids?
Yes, all children are my children.
Is that true Santa lore? Like in
my.
religion, we're all children of God, so are we assuming Santa is God? Good to know.
If everyone was as close Santa will use a little magic. You can feel that old north wind blow, can't you? Can't you feel it?
No,
No.
I'm a psychic.
Eeny, meeny, and Gypsy-leeny, and Hop and Top and Bob-the-leeny, and Nipsel, Nipsel, and Blinky and Blank, and
I'm pretty sure he said Nipsey Hussle somewhere in there, but we're just gonna move on.
she's in charge of making sure all my supplies are on board the sleigh, including my list of children who've been naughty or nice.
I was scared he was just gonna stop at list of children, and I'm like, whoa, whoa.
Right under the heaven.
So Santa's an astronaut. Alright, I'll take note of it.
Gee, Sam, that was the best story I've ever heard.
Ah, best?
Can't you just stay for one more show?
Well,
One more show.
Yeah, one more show.
One more show. Come on. Showbiz paid good money for this animatronic. They need you for another show.
I need to call the North Pole. I
Okay,
need
well,
to see.
Ooh, are they gonna use the telephone?
This show could have been better.
I'm glad they have the 12 Days of Christmas in the show. It's one of the best Rocket Fire shows, in my opinion. I always think of Looney for just wanting two perfect gloves.
Oh yeah, I remember this
So
now.
I'll try and place that call Norman.
Pick up that phone, Clunk.
I got a little present for you. We didn't notice that your bumper was turning down the back and it's gonna cost you an extra $2.50.
That voice actor has to be Duke Geppetto. When he stuttered a little bit with the like dented bumper, that sounded exactly like Duke.
Might be. Might be Duke.
That's a nice little gag. God, you can't even hear a word they're saying. Let's use YouTube's slow down feature.
And at 49, the shape containing properties of the garments worn by the dolls has been found to be impaired.
That sounds like Sal.
Sort of textile or auxiliary needs to be applied.
I'll pitch it down in post to see what the voice actually sounds like, see if we can tell who it is.
Looks like I'm gonna have to get back up there to the North Pole and take care of these.
But if you wait around long enough, the show will loop again and Santa will be here in perpetuity forever. That is until they strip him for parts and turn him back into Country Club, in which case Santa Claus is not coming to town.
One
Right.
more thing before I go.
What's that?
Have a holiday jolly.
Hey! How wholesome.
Aaron? Is that Aaron? Is it? Is it Aaron?
Hi, Santa. Well, that was nice. See, I think that's a great utilization for Clunk, especially around the holiday time. We can tell who it is.
Looks like I'm gonna have to get back.
Turning it down the back and it's gonna cost you an extra $2.50.
Oh, that's
That
Duke.
voice actor has to be.
That's- okay, that's Duke.
The,
Sound like
when
Duke.
He stuttered a little bit with the like dented bumper. That sounded exactly like Duke.
Okay, the elf.
That's a nice little gag. God, you can't even hear a word they're saying. Let's use YouTube's slow down feature.
And at 49, the shape containing properties of the garments worn by the dolls has been found to be impaired. And some sort of textile
Oh yeah, it does
auxiliary
sound like
needs to be
Aaron.
applied.
I'll pitch it down in post to see what the voice actually
Never mind.
sounds like. See if we can tell who it is.
Looks like I'm gonna have to get back up.
Well, time to ask him through the emails. Hopefully he responds back.
But if you wait around long enough, the show will loop again and Santa will be here in perpetuity forever. That is until
Yay.
they strip him for parts and turn him back into Country Club.
No.
Since Santa Claus is not coming to town.
Aww.
Before I go.
What's that?
Have a holiday jolly.
Hey! How wholesome. Bye, Santa. Well, that was nice. See, I think that's a great utilization for Clunk, especially around the holiday times. It's just a nice, cozy, wholesome show tape. They don't need to pull too many punches because Santa Claus is here. They're playing the Christmas classics. I love it. If I ever secure an Uncle Clunk animatronic, I will be sure to always dress him up like Santa Claus around the holidays and just play this show tape on loop on Christmas Day. It would be wonderful. I don't think any information I learned here is going to make it into a video, but it is a good time to research.
Oh crap. Got blurry. There we go. I fixed it. Alright, that's like it. Oh. Yep, that's oh, hey. So yeah, there you go. That's the bonus content. Hey Jonathan. Wonder when you was gonna show up. But So yeah, that was pretty interesting. Like I said, it's one of those here or there things. It's one of those here or there things that I'll probably do a video on Uncle Clunk someday. I just don't know yet. It's one of those like maybe a fresh start, maybe. Who knows? I don't know. I'm just still thinking on some ideas for what to do for here for this channel. I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll think about it some more and put some really deep thoughts in it, like. But as a bonus, let me play something I have not heard in a very, very long time.
Hi, kid. This is your old friend, Uncle Pappy. How are you? You know, kid, you may think that you cross the street with your feet, and sometimes you do, but you know, you cross the street with your eyes as well, yeah. And of course, you use your feet a little bit, but, well, the idea is this. If you think you use your feet when you cross the street, I'll set you wise. In the daytime or night, look around left or right, and cross the street with your eyes. Now if you look before you leap, you will always keep the health you prize. It is safer to wait, be a few seconds late, and cross the street with your eyes. Never try to beat that car, even though it's off so far. Chances are that you won't be seen, so don't take a step till the light turns green. If you think you use your feet when you cross the street, here's a surprise. Touch of how Pappy knows if you had 50 toes, you still cross the street with your eyes. Yes, kid. Now, so remember, in big cities and little towns everywhere, no matter how careful you think the driver is, boy, you have to use your eyes too. Okay? All right, you all take care now, and bye now.
Yeah, cross the street with your eyes.
Hello, kid. This is your old pal, Uncle Pappy again. How are you all today? You know, kids, we've all watched the squirrels store their food away. Well, I think that's a little bit of a good advice, don't you? I mean, we should all save for a rainy day, you know? Like, well, save your pennies, soon you'll have a nickel. Save your nickel, and soon you'll have a dime. Save your dime, and soon you'll have a quarter. And a quarter ought to make you sort of glad you saved a dime. Save your quarter, soon you'll have a dollar. Then you'll say that you were very smart. As the dollars, quarters, and the nickels grew from just a single penny. Just a little penny. Just one little penny that you had at the start. I'd say that's a very good idea, don't you? We'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye, kids.
Yep. You know what? There's a lot of uncles, and Uncle Pappy is one of those interesting characters. Very interesting indeed. I mean, in the 80s, it was okay, but I mean, telling it being back in today's generations, yeah, I agree with you on that one. Debatable indeed. Alright. Well, that was a great, interesting video. Really great, informative video. And, yeah, really did an informative video indeed. Yes, it was actually a lot better than Showbiz video. True. So crazy that they go take credit where credit is not due on their from your Instagram photos 4 times. Shame, shame, shame. But yeah, that clunk thing is like, it's gonna just drive through my head for a good while. I think it makes sense to bring onto this channel because already got a topic already about the new Rockfire actually for the talk show anyway. So it makes sense. Does make sense. Yeah, so I gotta work around these damn scripts. Alright, time to wind things down here a bit. I know you just came on in here, Jonathan, but we're gonna wind things down here now. About to call it a night too here. This is a pretty great great little stream. Now with unfortunate news to be shared actually. Wind things down. Win? Well, it's that time. It's time to say goodbye. Well, you're so tired and you want to go to sleep? I think we all are tired. Pretty much, very much tired. But guess what? You spend your lovely evening with me, even though I do appreciate your company here. And after so much fun out tonight, we go to sleep and we capture every moment from it. That is getting on my nerves. But one last thing too. So due to the weather here being a bit crazy, and supposedly the weather's supposed to be bad, supposed to be like, supposed to be cold like the past few days. I won't be doing no vlogs this weekend. I won't be going out to New Orleans as planned this weekend. and do the whole video and stuff. Which I didn't know for sure if I was gonna film that whole weekend too and everything. Like, stuff was kind of set in plan, but yeah, we won't be vlogging this weekend. Change of plans due to the weather being all cold and everything. Supposedly over there it's supposed to be like 23. So there'll be no plan for a vlog. So Saturday, this might be just a normal live stream Saturday, just to you know, make up for that. But I will be probably will film like another video in about, like I said, I think like 2 weeks. Yeah, about 2 weeks. I still got the other video with Karen, which appreciate those with the questions. And then probably like in about 2 weeks I'll probably do like a new video or film a new video and stuff. So, but yeah, due to the weather being all bad this weekend, there'll be no vlogs for it. So, kind of glad too, because I didn't know how all that will work out. So yeah, Saturday night we'll just probably do like another fun little vlog, fun blog, and yeah, live stream. Sorry, we'll do a live stream Saturday, not a vlog. We'll do a live stream Saturday, and probably in about 2 weeks I'll probably film out a brand new vlog and stuff. Again, appreciate those with the questions. But yeah, so we're about to head up here now. It's been a fun night. Thank y'all for joining on in. Reminder too, in about a few days from now, the Muppet Show reboot. Or maybe I'll be vlogging on Saturday. I don't know. The word is it got to me. See, I don't know what's up with the trees exploding, and I don't think that's true, but oh well. But yeah, maybe Saturday we'll read up Steve's article and get some more in-depth understanding and hearing his point of view, because I know that's going to be a fun, interesting style read, and see Steve's point of view of the Muppets, the current state of the Muppets. The article is actually online, but we'll probably do a reading of that, a little deep dive of it, and see who he's really angry at, because again, if it ain't Disney, if it ain't the Henstons, if it ain't Matt, who he's really angry at, or at the end of the day, are we actually going to say it's Steve being a real hypocrite and can't let bygones be bygones to this tribute band, you know? But we'll figure that out. Excuse me. We'll figure that out. Hopefully Saturday we'll like read the whole entire article and just do a deep dive of it. But anyway, you guys enjoy the rest of your night, and we'll see y'all Saturday night. Anyway, you guys enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy your weekend. I hope you guys enjoy on the snow. And yeah, see y'all next time.